Okay, welcome to Berserk Team Talk 3 here. We're going to be talking about the black and the blue cards that have been sneak peeked at. And we are also going to go through the TPs, like the promos there, just because there are a few of them, so it won't take up too much time. But we'll start off this talk with Nick. Take it away.
Yeah, so end of the day on this one, like I unfortunately always love the color blue, but somehow just never end up playing it anymore. So I really don't have anything to say that's exciting for blue. If people come out with some aggressive combos with that stuff, I'd love to see it. I personally just won't be theory testing it. I think the biggest thing that spoke up to me and I thought was really cool was just like the SRs that are being reprinted for the TPs. I think that's a great way to go about it, especially just stuff that's staples that we need. So I think it's great. Um, Overall, I really like the art on the new Cinzino. I probably won't end up playing it, but the art is so good it makes me want to.
Yep.
um, Frank, Asian Nurse, any thoughts on what you've seen so far this week?
I do play blue. I've been playing the Android 18 mill quite a bit, so of course the unlikely protector new negate that's coming out really spoke to me. I mean, anybody who knows the deck knows how it works, so it makes it where that card is live from turn one, and that just seems really good. A free negate that restands itself. Um, Other than that, going on to black, I'm kind of in the same boat with the Sin Shenron. I think the Sin Shenron artwork looks really good and the concept looks good to me. But I don't know if I'm going to be dabbling into it. But besides that, I do like there's the SR they're coming out with, the Oceanus Shenron Negative Energy Explosion. That's the 5-drop blocker counterattack that anytime they want to swing after, they have to mill the top 4 cards off their deck. I do like that card quite a bit, even outside of Shadow Dragons. I think it's a good negate to be putting into Mill Cooler or even in my Android 18 deck. But we'll have to wait to see what happens. And out of the tournament packs, there's a few cards that I do think are pretty good. I haven't had a super big in-depth look into them to see the ones that I think might be impactful, but I do like the fact that they are putting reprints into the tournament packs now, because we need to get away from 18 promos per tournament pack. It just makes it too scarce. So I think that's a good direction that Bandai is going, and I think they should continue going that way.
Yeah. Brownie, what do you got?
I'm similar to you. I love the color blue. I love looking at it. I can't bring myself to play it anymore. When Soul Striker reprint came out, I was really going back and testing into it. But this set, nothing's speaking to me too much. I do like the Hoodgarn archetype. I think it might actually work out better with the older stuff if you go a blue-green route and go back to like old school style with using, what was the extra card there? Sorry, Phantom Flame Cannon and the Rudigarn's auto. The leader is self-auto for like a pseudo hand control kind of thing there. Maybe there's something there for control deck. Especially because blue does have a lot more in terms of defensive power now than it did before. Also, I mean, this obviously isn't completely relevant to this, but it does depend on where the ban list takes us, right? If we see less aggressive stuff out there, it lets control breathe a little bit more. So that might be something that I would tinker with if I was looking into it. Black, I think, honestly, I was looking at that Oceanus Shenron, and I don't like Mill, but that SR, I think it might even be a gateway back for Janemba. I know, I believe it was someone else, Frank on the team as well, who came across a blue-yellow, but I hate Mill, and I don't like where this is going. I think in the free place. Other than that, what I like, it's not game breaking, but I'm a sucker for SS4 Gogeta, that new SR. I think if you somehow can get it to stick turn 4 without getting hit with a counterplay, it's a huge card. Just because his auto it'll go off and it will triple attack. And it's just like boom, boom, boom. That's 3 damage, 35k that you're not comboing. So you're eating away an entire hand. Like there's no other turn. You're gonna win the next turn. But
Well,
yeah,
it is
you have something. Sorry, I saw you.
it's once per turn on that.
No, I know. Like the auto will go off once per turn, but like with
Yeah.
3 35k swings, right? Like assuming they don't take them, you're gonna eat away that hand if they're comboing out.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
Um,
misunderstood
I
what
do
you're saying
like
there.
that because I love the character. Yeah. Obviously, if this card had deflect, it would be busted. So I'm glad that they didn't make that same mistake. This would be like Hero Revived all over again, but for black, and black really doesn't need that right now. Other than that, as far as TPs go, nothing too exciting on my end. I like the reprints idea, like was mentioned, but I think they're going to be careful how they do it because 2 reprints is good, but it depends on the saturation of the total number of promos, right? Like if they're just going to put 2 reprints and still keep regular promos to like 18 or 20, it doesn't do much. But if they give Violent Rays a winner, that's beautiful. You know I'm going to need my set.
I'm betting
Other than
it'll be
that,
there.
I think probably the only other card I really spoke with was that SS4 Bardock Unison. I wish we could free play it with Gogeta, like you and I. We thought about for a second, and we're like immediately, oh no. But I still think for a 2-cost Unison and a hard black, especially, like the fact that it isn't splashable, I like it. It's an active main +1 to draw a card. That's just nice. Black, outside of Dark World, he doesn't really get a big hand. Lucky Kabura actually does do well, but even after the balls, if you don't see your souls, you kind of dwindle. So I think this is nice. I think this might be an SR that, is a good generic black card when black decks can't run any SRs. This might be something like, any unisons. This might be something that goes in, kind of takes that slot like, what's his face did, the baby Trunks Unison did for blue. But I think it'll be interesting to see where the rest of it goes if there's any more black stuff coming out. I know we're already on yellow, but I feel like there's just something that they're hiding from us. I don't know. Other than that, I think it's looking like an interesting set, but nothing overwhelming, which I like. The power creep isn't there, which is both worrisome and great because, like, if there's not a lot of power creep, I don't know how viable the stuff is going to be. Pending the ban list, obviously. But if there isn't a lot, it also means there might be a big hit. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Rosas, what about you?
Okay, so mine's probably going to be shorter here than everyone else's, but blue, I do like the Trunks stuff. I didn't like the first, Kid Trunks leader. I don't even really like Kid Trunks. Sorry, everyone's going to butcher me now, but, come on. Him and Goten, unless they're Gotenks, I don't want to hear about it. But with this Tapion stuff, with the Unison, and, how the leader uses the Spirit Boost, that's the time where I've seen Spirit Boost, I'm like, there's, 4 things you do off this, and then you have, a 40k double strike swing for 1 energy, not even. I don't know. That seemed really cool, but the SR that in blue that I was looking at, Calamity Challenger, I think that's what it's called here. Yeah, the one deflect blocker Goku, because I am a sucker for UI Goku sign from set 3. And this card, basically, you have 3 more energy, you can play him for 1 blue, and 2 more energy, and you do a Spirit Boost. You can, if your leader is Trunks Youth, so it's locking this part to the Trunks Youth, you can basically play a 6-cost Goku, which there is a new one in the set, but obviously everyone's thinking of Dragon Fist, because you want to swing and untap too, because he loses his keyword skills, but he won't lose his non-keyword skills, which that's an auto. You'll still keep that. So no barrier and double strike, but you still get a restand 2 every time you swing, which, hell yes. Restand 2, tap 2, go into Ultra Instinct, bounce their board back. Or, another idea, you're not using it in that deck, you're using it in SS3 or whatever hell blue deck is left after this ban list. And you go from that, since it's a 4-cost, you play it turn 3, you go into Path to Infinite. You just need a blue leader for that, and since it's a 4-cost blue card, you bring in Path to Infinite, and then you go into your UI. which that makes me happy because I like to play decks that I can find a way to play UI if I am playing blue. Even first time made a baby deck, I had to stick that in there. Just that's just with the cause there. But for black, of course, the Sin Shenron looks sick. Like that's as soon as I saw that, I messaged Jay and I'm like, you know what? I call Sin Shenron this time. And he's just like, yeah, everyone is. I'm like, God damn it. But with that, I know everyone the SR looks great, but the Natron Shenron, I know you probably didn't look at it because he's disgusting, a mole man, but the one that you can grab a card from their field or from their drop 5 or less, and then you get their keyword skills as an activate main. Like, you get to choose one. It's like how the Boo from set 2 worked, but with your opponent's cards, which I think is cool. Do I know how good it's going to be? No, but it's cool. Like, the worst you're probably going to grab off it is, like, crit, or I don't even know if you would be able... Yeah, you can grab a barrier card from the drop and then give yourself barrier, but I don't know. That was some fun little thing. For the TPs, I saw the field card one where they're trying to make with the Broly stuff. I'm like, I could run it in King Cold, but I'm not going to throw a Broly package in here. There's no room in this deck, so I don't really care about any of the TPs for right now. But yeah, that's my whole spiel on it. Calamity Challenger, that one, that was like, okay, yes, good. More just one random Goku SR that boosts an old set just like the last one with the green one, that boosts the Namek. And now they got this one for my favorite Goku stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff. Carl.
Yeah, well, most of the blue stuff didn't really kink it to me.
Really?
Like, unless, like, as Rosas just mentioned, the Goku. I think that was like the card I really thought would be good and everything. But beside that, I think in both between both archetype, Yurudagarn is looking better with all the support and older stuff, and plus the reprint. So the new reprints, so those who missed them can actually have them in a easier. But I'm more excited about the black stuff, like those skillless one drops, Xeno Goku, Xeno Vegeta, plus the sweet EX evolves and everything with that Pike one unison, like gaining their power boost and everything. I find that really interesting. And I see, like everybody else, that SS4 Gogeta is going to be good as really a good card. I saw most you can run a little engine into Achiak and everything, so it could be a big breeder triple attack that is going to stay on the field in those decks. And mostly the Sunshine Run too. I'm pretty excited about that. Gonna go into the milling theme as everybody else. And on the TP side, I know it's a bad card, but I'm really excited because of the Bardock Crew apes and everything. But I'm gonna make it work, even it's not good. But yeah, that's about all the cards that are really interested. And I'm pretty happy that right now Black's gonna get specified cost unison. So like that Bardock, so that makes Hunt of the Demon and the Sword Dance of the Demon God promo cards that we got, the 2 counter cards, playable in Black now. So I think is a good step in the right way for Black to have access to some of those tools that usually they don't have access through the all against all the other colors, like all the contemplate and then Trunks, God Sealing and everything. So I think it's a pretty good touch there.
Yeah, that card's gonna be huge for like I think it'll have more value in best of 3 and best of 1. But at the end of the day, like if you're gonna have a little bit of a grind fest, a longer matchup, Black usually doesn't do too well with that. But with that card, I think it boosts a lot of decks and allows them to go the distance. We'll see when we test, but that's what it to me at least.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that they've shown all colors for TPs. I don't know. I can. We might have a lot of surprises in the upcoming anniversary box that's coming up. So
Yeah,
Mm.
basically all they showed was
Ooh.
like a couple SRs, and then they showed green, blue,
Black, yellow.
and like sort of some yellow and black.
Yeah.
What's
Just
up?
on the vein of the anniversary box and TPs, all I'm gonna say is Demonic Advent. I didn't bring this up earlier, being like the Broly player on this team, I can think, is that's really exciting for two reasons. One, it's just Broly BR support, which, I love. But two, it specifies play up to one mono green Broly BR with an energy cost of 3 or less. We do have less, but the fact that it says 3 makes me think we're finally going to get a 3 drop that might help with that. So I feel like there's some support coming along the way. That coupled with the champ pack we just had, the 4 drop red green.
hmm
But I feel like this is going to be all for that alliance package, maybe for starter Broly, which I would really like to see. But I don't think this would work in starter Broly, specifically for the fact that that chain wants to be aggressive. And this is a turn 2 field if you see it. So if this is happening, there might be a card to cheat this out, similar to the Saiyan Berserker SS3 for the field card on OG Broly. So I think that would be interesting, but I am excited to see whether they put this in an anniversary box, which would be nice, because it would be easy to get, first of all. Or if they're going to try and, make us wait for another set or another expansion and just try and eke it out of me.
I honestly think that card's going to be about as valuable as the Prince of Destruction Vegeta Majin Defiance TP, which is cool. You're supporting something, but we're also talking about green, where and like if you're spending 1 or more energy, like it better be good
Yeah.
and really good. And like, yeah, this is what we wanted. We wanted to be able to play that new Majin, the 4-drop Majin Vegeta for 3 energy. That's what
Yeah.
everybody wanted. But to restrict it to 3 energy to do that play, I think the card's basically useless at that point.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm just like, I'm hoping there's going to be at least maybe some support to cheat it out, make it a little easier. Because otherwise, it just becomes that support that nobody touches because the old stuff is still better, and even that isn't that great anymore.
Well, this card being turn 2 would have been balanced because you wouldn't really be doing it until you've awoken, most likely. And at that point, you're either choosing to play the 4-drop or you're choosing to play something from the bottom deck. So at that point, it's a choice, really. So I really think that was a little over the top for the 3 energy, but I don't know. I guess I kind of get it in the best one world as well.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at the field card, the Demonic Advent, right away I'm just seeing, okay, so they want to put Brawley and King Cold. Because that's what that screams to me. That just screams King Cold. It's a 2-cost field. So that's what I think. Oh, you don't think so?
No, they just teased us. Once you read the full card and go over it more, and if you look at the deck list, like could you throw it in there and have a tiny little side package? Sure, but then you're giving up tech for a second package, which I think we all know secondary packages in most decks doesn't do very well when it's a tight space.
Yeah, and King Cold
And that's the
already is such a
tightest.
tight space with all the fields you play, right? I mean, Rosas over there knows
Oh
best.
god, yeah. Especially
you're
when you
not
can't
wrong.
find them. That's that's something too. But
Yeah.
Oh, and one card for me that I forgot to mention is that new Kabuto Kai, the opening strike, that combo guy. This is insane. I really like those cards. I think it's gonna be a good toolbox and everything. And like we all know that the Banhammer is coming for Dark Broly and most of those 30Ks or something. So yeah, I really find that card really interesting. And it's like out of is for me it's shining out a lot out of the package because you can like really take care of most of the big cards or big hard to get out the
Problematic.
yeah yeah those cards
alright.
is gonna be good, really
long
good.
days, man. Long
Yeah.
days.
It's late, god damn it.
Well, on that note, I think that basically covers all the topics for today. Yeah, I think Jesus. I just had this fucking cord go against my leg. I thought it was a spider.
See, you started with the spider talk before we did this, and you already are gonna give yourself a heart attack.
Oh man, I was like, holy shit. But yeah, end of the day, I think so far what we've seen hasn't been the most exciting. But I think everything full picture once the ban list comes out, we'll have a better clue of how good these cards actually are. If
10 more
anybody made
days.
it this far into the video, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe or comment or any of that YouTuber goodness. Smash the like button. Team Berserk out.